Welcome back to another amazing episode of Careful Boys. Today we have Mr. Steve Terada with us. Because Steve is here, we got more Japanese guys than normal. That's
Yay! Now we need to have Hawk. We need to have Ryan Hasagawa. That's like hella international and different too, because like Hawk is,
Yeah, he checks a lot of boxes. And he's gay, so that's good. So then today, let's talk about our favorite martial arts movie scenes.
Oh!
Yay!
Actual scenes?
Yeah. But they don't, and we don't know theirs. Favorite martial arts movie scene?
Alright, let's start with Kickboxer,
Which one?
where he dips
Dancing?
in glass. That's funny, no. Where he gets his gloves and then he dips it in glass and he dips. I thought that was the craziest shit when I saw that as a kid.
That was pretty crazy.
You can get glue and glass and nails. And I was like, bro, because at that time I had a fascination with bats and like
Nails.
barbed wire. And then and I would make those.
Fascination. I had an Etsy store when I was
Bats and nails.
I wanted to be a weapon maker. You know?
apparently it's illegal.
I was a part-time pog player and a weapons maker. You know?
Good.
Barbed wire pogs. But when I saw the gloves with the glass and I'm like, they're gonna fight with that? I was like, whoa!
I was like, I gotta find a way to go to market
You know
with
what's one of my
these.
favorites? Drunken Master 2, when the Axe Gang shows up.
Screw you.
You were gonna say that?
Mine.
Remember that? When he's eating with the master at the cafe on the second
And they have the
floor?
giant staffs.
And then there's a jump scare when they look out the window, it's all quiet, no one's there. And then these guys just pop up and there's 500 dudes.
You know my favorite part of that is?
Mine's also the first
Don't
one.
say it.
The first movie that was.
What's your favorite part?
Part of that scene
Yes.
is when he starts, they get the bamboo things,
yeah.
and then they rip their clothes off.
Yep.
Of course that's my favorite part.
Only because the bamboo stick started breaking.
And it was sick. And then he
So they
ties it up,
fix it.
and then they spit on the fucking, with the
He spit on
cross.
him too. He goes,
Yeah.
wait.
Spin on him.
Yeah, and then they start fucking everybody up. Oh, dude!
And then that thing became
talking lube, baby?
Because he would whack people, right?
Yeah.
And then he can open it, and people would punch.
And he get
would
caught.
block it.
Oh,
Crazy.
Is because it looks like a large version of like the broom you'd get hit with.
yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The one my mom would sweep everything with in the morning.
Those movies are just so creative, like just using so many different
Dude,
parts of the environment. Like Jackie Chan.
Drunken Master 2 is like probably one of my favorite
top.
martial arts movies ever.
The first
still
time,
holds up.
And the first time I ever I think got fell in love with the style. You know the guy that wears glasses that goes like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, so good.
That motherfucker's legs is crazy. His name's Crazy Legs.
The guy that goes, drunken boxing, how about it?
So good, bro. And he played the perfect little douchebag. you
Yeah,
know?
he's great. Isn't he like Jackie Chan's like butt?
That's what I found out later. That's his
Yeah.
actual bodyguard that he put in the movie, and I'm like, because his legs and his footwork was like, that was fucking nuts.
I forgot the name of the movie, but it's another Jackie Chan movie. But he fights anytime he fights Benny the Jet Urquidez.
Oh,
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels. Okay, that's
fight.
my other one that doesn't get mentioned enough. I forgot the fucking name, but it's from the landlord in Kung Fu Hustle with the mustache. He's in it, and he has the cigar. And he goes, remember that?
Yeah.
You
What
just-
movie's that?
I totally forgot the name. But they're fighting in like a meth lab, and that whole fight scene where the guy with the beard,
yeah, I
the guy with the
remember.
mustache is beating up the girl, which is kind of crazy. That's funny. But and then Jackie Chan and Benny the Jet are fighting. That whole scene where he's kicking them into all the cardboard boxes in the
and
world.
the pace of the choreography was
It's
insane.
you don't see anything like that.
It's just a wide shot.
to this day. You don't see anything like that.
Pure talent.
Yeah, no editing. It's just wide shot. The camera just follows and.
Going back and forth, just dusty as hell.
Can we also all agree the Kung Fu Hustle fight with the ring?
That was so sick.
That movie's goated.
Movie.
Kung
Yeah,
Fu
just
Hustle was
take the
sick.
whole movie.
There's that one Benny the Jet fight scene too when they're like in a castle looking place.
Meals on Wheels.
That's Meals on Wheels, right? Because yeah, it's a wide and the way that they're fighting, even during that time.
Where Jackie Chan's in the black shirt and he like takes a
gets
break
up
and sits
and
down.
Yeah, both of them are tired and they're like even the acting within the.
Yeah, like the beats.
It's like all story too, because he's like adjusting to everything.
Yeah, right.
You know. So sick.
Because then he like relaxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do the whole cable shit. That was an actual like fight scene. Like it was like
Wires.
One of my all-time favorites is Iron Monkey. I love Iron Monkey.
Oh.
Iron Monkey's
OG
gangster.
Donnie Yen, right?
Yeah. That was like one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. I
Flying
was
around
watching
on the
it.
roof and shit.
Yeah. Dude, and he's just flying around.
I like the scene in Ip Man where he fucks up all those Japanese dudes.
That's always.
He goes into that judo, like that fucking karate thing.
Oh, that's all about
Yeah.
this.
Gangster.
And then there, you see the Japanese Imperial Army guy getting like really like his ego hurt while it's happening. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm conflicted. I want the Japanese guy to win, but it's so good. Fuck those Japanese.
Every movie.
That's the funniest part though, is like whether it's Bruce Lee or when you watch a Hong Kong film, the bad guys are the Japanese guys.
Yeah.
Because they're like the Nazi guys, right? Yeah. But it's so funny because I'm always rooting for the Chinese. And I'm like, yeah, fuck the Japanese.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
They gotcha.
What have I become? You know what's amazing? One of my favorite scenes is in Ong-Bak when he's in that like fighting ring and he fights different opponents, but the last guy he fights is just a bar fighter.
Yeah.
Remember? He just like keeps taking shit off the wall, throwing plates, and he's not like a refined martial arts, but it's like the hardest fight. Because it's so unpredictable.
It's like a refrigerator at some point.
Fucking wiring out of the wall. It tries to shock him.
Yeah.
Shit's sick as fuck.
He ran out of shit to grab.
Yeah, he's throwing AC fucking like big ass air conditioning machines. Dude, that is a dope ass idea.
Dude, Bruce Lee in Return of the Dragon or Way of the Dragon. Not a lot of people like that movie, but I love that movie.
Which fight?
No, Return of the Dragon. When he's in Rome and he's helping the restaurant.
Is that when he's in the back alley?
Yeah.
And the guy tries to use nunchucks and he
The Chinese spare ribs, bro. I love that part. Anytime.
Well, let me show you.
Yeah, punches him and he's like, oh! What a good joke, too, by the way. I love that movie.
I liked some of it is called Chinese Connection, and the other one is called
Big Boss.
Fist of Fury?
Fist of Fury.
Fist of Fury.
Yeah.
It's like Bruce Lee beating up 20 Japanese people.
Oh, yeah.
But what was dope is he's surrounded, and then I think that was like the first time I got POV shots of the people getting beat up. Because you see his sidekick like, and then the camera cuts to, so you felt like you're like really, really in it. And then they would cut to wides of how fast, and then like a top-down shot of him like fucking like spin kick here, spin kick here, spin kick here. And you're like,
Yup.
oh
So sick.
shit.
So good.
So sick. What about Protector when he gets up the building?
Oh, the one shot.
With the one shot where he's breaking everybody's limbs.
So sick. And Tony Jaa, I'm surprised he's not doing more movies now.
He got tired.
Yeah, he's too much. The Raid.
The first Ong-Bak though blew my mind.
Crazy.
Yeah. For sure, that was
Jumping
like
over
a
cars and like I was like, man, these Thai guys are so fast.
that was like parkour stuff, running off doors and shit. It was like so many good like clips in that.
Really great clips.
In different ages of my life, there were certain movies that people would be like, bro, you gotta watch this movie. And you're like, what is this? Ong-Bak was one of them at that time. Because I feel like martial arts movies were kind of like dead at that point.
Yeah.
But that movie kind of like resurged.
It was aggressive and fast.
Yeah, and then because The Raid came out a little bit later.
The Raid was
sick.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was like, damn, these Indonesians can move.
I know, I was like, fuck this.
Raid probably had one of the best premises of why they were fighting.
Yeah.
The fact that there's all these cops are stuck in a building.
Locked down.
So good.
God damn, and then up is problems,
Yeah.
down is problems, outside in.
So good.
Yee. Rumble the Bronx, obviously.
Obviously.
But which
that's the
fight
best.
out of all of them was your favorite?
Oof, dang, I don't know if it's like specific. Like, I like the one in the gang house because he has to go through like
That scene is crazy.
So great. And then like just because they had so many things to work with the pinball machines and then the skis,
All the
and
stolen merch, like the
then,
fridges, the
and then
chairs,
it ends with the freaking gunshot.
Stop!
Stop.
And then he says his proverb to him.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi.
Martial art movies are more or less creative.
The what?
Do you think martial art movies are more or less creative nowadays than?
I think they're just different.
Yeah.
You know, I think like John Wick has their own style now. You know, it's like new age stuff.
Gun
And-
fu,
and
baby.
then the gun fu stuff. It's
So
all
sick.
just like an evolution.
Rumble in the Bronx, there's a hovercraft And the only way to take out the hovercraft is to steal a Lamborghini. And then he takes the fucking sword and he put the sword on the thing and he was like, I'll just hold it with my foot. And he fucking sliced up.
He jousts a freaking hovercraft.
Crazy.
The over-the-topness of like old school martial arts,
And then it still had that freaking freeze frame at the end.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day too, people didn't have a good understanding of like what can really happen. So then you can go wild. But also you had to use imagination because you didn't have technology. So I thought like even watching the Jackie Chan's like when he slides, was it the cop one?
Police Story.
Fuck, dude, 'cause
And he's burning his hands.
right, because you could trick that today.
Yeah.
And like Mission Impossible style coming down from a building or whatever. But like back then, that was just a dude.
Dude, literally burning the shit out of his hands, and almost dying.
Or remember when he jumps from parking garage to the other like fire escape?
Oh, Rumble in the Bronx.
Like crazy.
Or,
and then I catch it with cardboard. What the fuck,
dude. And then even the thing where he's backed up in the corner and they're using like glass bottles and hitting it. Those were like real glass.
Yeah, he was really getting cut. That was his actual
really
blood.
getting
Really?
bloody,
Yeah. That was his actual
it's
blood.
crazy. I was like, nope.
What's that girl's name? What's that girl's name? His love interest in that movie?
The girl's name in the movie?
Yeah, what was her name?
Francois or something.
Yeah, I was like, you're fucking Nancy.
Oh, in the movie, not the actress.
Yeah.
You're talking about Francois?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francis yeah.
Oh, another one. It's a little bit more new age, but it's like Donnie Yen in this movie called Flashpoint.
Haven't seen
Oh wait, yeah.
Dude, the fights because he blends MMA and jiu-jitsu in these like Hong Kong style martial arts scenes. He fights Colin Chow at the end, and it's such a fucking good fight.
Was it the one in the alleyway?
No, I think
outside.
that's SPL, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, SPL is really good because he fights Sammo Hung at the end.
Ooh.
Donnie Yen and Sammo Hung is like the man. He's a big dude that can move.
He was
like
in Enter the
smart-
Dragon. Isn't that crazy? His career.
Yeah.
went from Bruce Lee all the way to Donnie. Ape Man.
Jackie Chan too was in
Yeah, he was
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, he has one nice neck break scene.
Yeah.
Enter the Dragon, obviously.
What about what's that? Jackie Chan's First Strike where he fights with a ladder.
Yeah, that's dude.
Pretty freaking up there.
Dude, just like freaking trying to jump through the ladder and like
The stunts alone, bro.
Dude,
Oh, you know
I
what?
don't even want to handle him.
Did you guys ever watch like the old school Wong Fei Hung stuff like Jet Li?
Oh yeah.
That might be super like.
That's deep cut.
It's usually like only in Chinese stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of like the flying shit. But like there was like there's one where he fights a monster that like so he's like a evil general that almost got killed, but then some Shaolin monks saved him and he turns into like this weird mushy like clay creature.
Yeah.
And he would roll up in this like all metal fucking vehicle even though it's like Chinese medieval times. And his
So good,
signature
dude.
move would be into the people's hearts, and he would just fucking split them in half, and you would just see his straight Shaolin monks just split in half on the screen.
yeah.
What was the name of that one?
I forgot.
There's so because all
so
those
many-
movies
That sounds like
are
some
so-
Ricky O shit.
Did you guys ever see this one where it was like they use like jelly, like jelly like bodies, and then they punch and they explode? There's like I don't even know what it is.
I think that's
It's
Story
just
of
like-
Ricky. That's Ricky
That's
O.
Story of Ricky?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where he's like in a prison and like
Yeah. He punches and then the eyes are there, but
Yeah.
the freaking
And he punches through other guys' fists.
Yeah, and it just explodes. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's
I
Story of
didn't watch.
Ricky.
I've only seen clips.
It's
Ricky.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
the clips are pretty much the whole movie. Because then the
no
rest of it
story.
kind of sucks. Yeah.
You gotta wait through all the talk.
There's a freaking, I want to say it's a Thai movie that I saw it randomly on a whim and I can't find it now because I don't remember the name. But it was about like, I think it might be Thai or Indo, but these guys, they basically get stuck in a maze and they have to fight all these different dudes in different rooms. And then at one point, he fights like a trans guy who's like in stockings and heels. And that's like one of the hardest fights. I wish I knew
Always
the
try to
name.
grapple.
Yeah, and then the trans guy beats him with all these like gay moves. It's like, it's freaking dope though. It's super sick, but I can't remember the name. I just kind of randomly watched it on Netflix one day, and then they took it off.
Oh man,
Yeah,
so many good movies.
can't remember
dude.
that one.
I feel like that golden era of kung fu and Hong Kong cinema.
The Golden Harvest era.
Right, it's like, I'm like, are there still teams doing that? I haven't seen any movies that are. Everything is like now this realism. It's either that or like Crouching Tiger, old school drama shit.
I think all those guys went with Donnie Yen. Like
I
whatever
think the
Donnie
closest is the Ip Man scene.
I see.
or just because Donnie Yen has a bunch of other movies, like Hong Kong movies, that like probably no one in the States have really heard.
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's the same style, but it's just like the newer generation. But now he's doing movies in the States, so
Because the main producer, I think, is Raymond Chow. I
Raymond
think.
Chow, yeah.
He's
Golden
like
Harvest guy.
he's the main Golden Harvest guy. So everything he touches has that feel.
But I don't know if there's new guys making those kinds of movies. Is the thing, because like
Because the last
This might
one was
die
like
with Donnie
Kung
Yen.
Fu Hustle,
yeah,
which I feel like that hit all the comedic notes, but also that old school like.
so good.
Right.
So good, man. Kung Fu Hustle, man.
It's a masterpiece, that movie.
I remember I told you guys before, there's a video on YouTube that breaks down all the cultural references
cool.
in Kung Fu Hustle because it's more than what you think.
Yeah.
Like the reasoning by why certain actors are there.
Oh,
is
is it
also-
accented cinema?
Yes,
that count?
yeah.
Oh, that's
They're all based
yeah.
on like historical Chinese cinema things.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's like more inside baseball. Like, is it kind of like how
right.
Tarantino uses these old school like actors?
It's a lot like that.
Like to pay homage, like
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's absolutely like that. Kind of like how the landlord and the landlady.
They're like old school cinema people or theater people.
And the frog guy at the end, like the three of them together, they create this kind of like tribute to like old cinema. They're kind of reprising old characters.
Wow.
There, yeah, it's like a strange thing that I had no idea. But yeah, there's a lot of like OGs just in that movie alone. Like, dude. Oh, you know what else is what's a good scene is the Cynthia Rothrock Michelle Yeoh
Oh,
movie.
that one's classic.
the
bro.
final
She's
fight
sick.
at the end with the two
Yeah.
of them.
She was badass.
Both of them were
Super killer.
sick as
Yeah.
hell, dude.
She was so tight, but she's not making movies too, right? Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah. yeah.
cut.
She went into like 2000s, I think.
Really?
2000s.
Yeah.
But they were like super B movies, I think.
Super B
Or-
movies,
yeah.
yeah. Like the one with the hook in the guy's eye.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Where the dude, like, they basically have a whole fight, and then at the end, the bad guy gets a hook in his eye, like with a chain, and it carries him away. And the whole time he's going, ah, ah, ah.
They got those one-liners.
Yeah, they got a one line where he goes, he goes like something like, see, she goes, yeah, see ya.
Yeah. See.
Oh yeah, he goes, keep an eye out for you, Stingray.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy goes, yeah, see ya. And the whole time he's it's so fucking good. But that was like a viral video. But the fights in that are actually really decent.
She's really good. She's really good on camera.
Have you guys ever got into samurai westerns? Like Kurosawa films and stuff?
Like fucking what's that name?
There's a ton. Seven Samurai, Ron.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, Seven Samurai is considered a samurai western?
well, that's kind of like the more cinematic cool shit, right? The samurai westerns are more like actual like western style, like small little productions. So you know how Hong Kong had their golden era of like that kind of film?
Yeah.
So Japan had its own like samurai era of sword fighting, choreograph and story and stuff. It was pretty cool. But a lot of the westerns in America like modeled their style of showdown from Kurosawa films
Wars
like,
and stuff.
yeah. But I don't think it made that much of a global like appeal like Hong Kong kung fu flicks. But it's more like it's older too. So yeah. So I think it's kind of like the people that know they know.
Yeah.
You know what to go American too? Bloodsport.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
The fight between him and the guy that looks like Vladi Divac, and they keep kicking each other.
Yeah, he was an actual fighter.
Yeah, he
though.
was a real fighter,
He was
right?
a real fighter.
Didn't they tell him to like tone it down because he looked too like legit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kept hitting each other in the ribs.
He's like,
yeah, come on, dude, that's pretty fucking sick.
dude. Hey, do you guys ever watch the Rurouni Kenshin movies? Oh,
which
dude,
was
those
that?
are sick.
Really? There's
It's
actually
like, so like one of the previous guys for like Donnie Yen, like Kenji Tanigaki, he's like this action designer. You have to look him up because all these samurai fights, they're shot so crazy good, and usually like animes fights or like live action movies are kind of like
Kinda
whack.
lame, yeah.
Those ones, all these fights are crazy good.
Wow.
But
I see the
yeah,
live action.
so,
It's live action?
it's live
Yeah,
action,
right.
live action. But then the talent level of like the actors, they play homage to the anime.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And even though it's like over the top acting on
Right.
some of the villains and stuff, but the fights are crazy. You get all the story beats and all these crazy like cuts in it that make it like not lame in a way that you would think.
This
that,
isn't
like,
the one
live
that Joey
action-
T is in, is it?
No, that Joey T was in. Our friend was in Enter the Fat Dragon.
Oh, I mean,
that one's
I thought
sick, dude.
He was in Rurouni Kenshin? I thought he played a character.
Oh, did he?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
You seen that Enter the Fat Dragon? You seen that shit?
I've seen it.
So our friend goes casually. He just goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm in that movie," and we go, "Really?" He didn't tell us he's a fucking main bad guy.
Yeah.
Tight. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, so we watched it and we're like, "You're the last fight, you idiot. Why are you so humble?"
You're the guy.
He's a villain.
What about the live action Dragon Ball Z movie? Did you guys like that one?
Yeah, he lives.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
I only like the fucking fighting scene where he keeps sliding sideways on his head on top of the car. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I hope the Airbender live action movie has really good fights.
Who's doing it? Flopped, right? The one that they.
Was this Shyamalan did it?
Yeah.
Who's doing it? Who's doing the new one?
I don't know. It's a series though.
Oh, it's a series.
Yeah. On Netflix.
It'll probably be better.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it would have to be a series, man. The story's too long.
Yeah.
How do you tell it in one movie? It's weird.